Books were always my friends, my adventure buddies. Books rescued me, therefore I will rescue thee. I had launched an Amazon product that failed, and in that process I ran into an Amazon seller that was selling books, and found out he was throwing away 5 tons of books every week, and I was appalled and asked him if I could have his, what he called, trash. And he asked me why I want it, and I said, well, I'm gonna rehome them, and when we rehome them, they're perfectly good books. And so I went home. We have no other option but to rescue them. And so we took 800 books, and we had our first event in our driveway 4 years ago, and it has been, we've been chasing our tails ever since. I would spend 3 hours before the weekend and after the weekend setting up 100 garage sale signs with a 2-mile radius, and book people were stoked to find books for $1 a piece. And most of our donations come from organizations that would otherwise throw them away, and they are happy to find a place that will accept any and all books, any and all media, no matter the condition, because even if they're falling apart, we can turn it into art. There are so many instances of people having found a book that's been out of print for 30, I'm getting goosebumps just telling this, because like people come crying in the aisles of joy because they found a book that they haven't found in forever. This one guy's been looking for it for 34 years. I tell you, books are magical. But one thing I found that's more magical than books are the readers of those books. And it's a daily experience. I love it. So there's a book for absolutely everybody. Doesn't matter if you think you're a reader or not. You could be a fisherman and love books. You can be a DIY person, a crafter, a sewer, a knitter. And we want to be a place of not just where you can find an affordable book, but where community really comes together.
It was a community project. There were so many people involved in building this. Like, I even helped paint the floors before I got hired and started working here. So there's a lot of folks that came together to make something that wasn't just kind of a cookie cutter store with very bland kitsch art and stuff like that. It's very niche, unique to who we are as people who help build it. I mainly help stock the books, organize the things in the back. I've done a lot of focus on the kids section. I really enjoy working here, and it's been a pleasure the whole time so far. I think we're losing a large portion of our collective history when we start to throw away some of these texts that may not even be able to be printed anymore. Some information isn't always saved, so I think it's incredibly important that we don't throw this stuff away. We find ways to make sure as many people can read it as possible so that we don't forget where we came from and who we are. So books are a recording of our own lives, of our ideas, our thoughts, and being able to incorporate that into our own lives is incredibly important. That is the way that we share information. Books always contain life. There's different parts of people's imaginations, different recordings of people's histories and lives that need to be shared, because otherwise it would not. All of these books contain the life of every person that wrote it, whether it's fiction or nonfiction, it's part of them. The power of reading is immense. We can learn from so much history, we can learn from each other, we can share our creative thoughts and ideas, and it is through books that we have the ability to do that.
So coming to the bookstore is so valuable because it's like a great way to explore, a great way to explore your imagination, but also to learn new things and expand the knowledge base. Charlie, what is your favorite part about coming to the bookstore?
My favorite part is seeing all the books and looking at one and just trying to find one that I like.
I think this bookstore kind of offers just such a great variety, so much to learn or to escape, so it can be a great stress relief to read a good fiction story, and I think this space is special particularly for the fact that a lot of this is kind of upcycled, reused books, and they're not, anyone can kind of come in here and help afford a book that they want to read. So I think these trips to the bookstores and stuff will be really special and memorable. Finding different treasures, like today finding this really cool frog book and learning about frogs. He'll remember this and he'll talk about this.
I feel kind of worried, but I'm also very excited to see treasures.
Books have so much knowledge in them and growth as a person, as an individual, and through the years you get to learn so much, or just be imaginative as an adult too. Never lose our sense of imagination.
Well, books are so full of life because they contain all of life. I mean, there's nothing you can't read in a book, and there's nowhere you can't go, nothing you can't learn, no adventure that can't be had. And it's crucial as a society to keep them alive.